What's up, everybody? It's Pikel with League of Items, and in this video, we're going to talk about XL headed into the playoffs. So, XL finally made the playoffs, and I guess it is kind of surprising, considering the fact they have Nuke Duck. And, I've been very anti-Nuke Duck for the past couple of years. Let's just talk about the players specifically. So, in the top lane, we have the $3 million man, Finn. And, that's my favorite thing that ever happened. CLG paid $3 million for that guy. Definitely not worth $3 million. Do I think he's bad? No. I think he's league average at worst. He might even be better than league average. I think, if you gave me the option of Finn or Armut, I'd probably pick Armut. But it depends on what the rest of the team composition looks like and which champions are going to fit well into that team. He's 22 years old. He still has a couple good years where he could be on a title contending team. I just don't think that XL as constituted is that team. Marcoon in the jungle. Marcoon's been pretty good. He came in last year and people gave him kind of unrealistic expectations for this year. But they did make playoffs for the first time, which is nice. Marcoon is a good but not great player yet. Does he have the potential to be great? Maybe. I wouldn't bet on it though. I think that the only chance that he becomes one of the best junglers in the LEC is because the actual talented junglers retire or, are not in the LEC. But he's the kind of player that I know I can be wrong about, and it'll be apparent if that is the case. But if not, I'll just keep that opinion. Next up, Nuke Duck. Nuke Duck's not good. Nuke Duck, with 4 decent players around him, will look okay, but Nuke Duck isn't the difference maker on his team. He is able to take advantage of good situations, which is a benefit. I'm not saying that if you replace Nuke Duck, XL becomes the best team in Europe, because I don't think that they would. I think that they do have a limit to how good that they can be with this kind of roster, even if they swapped out Nuke Duck for somebody else. But let's not kid ourselves like that Nuke Duck is a good player at this point. He's had a very long career. Good for him. He's still competitive, which is nice. But he is kind of a liability, I think. Against good teams, I think he's going to get exposed. And that's just really the end of my opinion on Nuke Duck. If you want to only focus on the past couple of months, you can do that. That's not how I operate. Next up, we have Patrick. So Patrick is another prototypical LEC AD carry. Plays for the 20 to 25 minute mark. Can play Jinx very well. Can play Aphelios really well. He is a hyper carry player, a true hyper carry player. He's more in the mold of Upset, and I think that he has the potential to be close to Upset in terms of ability. We've seen Patrick be good, play well for a couple of years now. And I believe in him in general. I think that you can play around him. The question is, how good and influential and powerful will he be in a utility AD carry meta? And historically, he hasn't been great in those situations because his teams have still played for the late game, which isn't a problem. It's just you would prefer to have a player who can do both and is elite at one of them. So if the meta is focused on utility AD carries, but you can still get away with playing hyper carries, giving up the early game and then outscaling, if that is a legitimate strategy, then he'll be good in every meta, and we'll look back on his career and think to ourselves, oh, it's unfortunate that the first couple of years of his career he was on bad teams, because if he was on a legitimate team for his entire career, imagine how good he would have been. Which is a good problem to have, I guess, because people think that you're very talented. And then in the support position, we have Mickey X. Mickey X is obviously a very good support. He came in for Advienne, which at the time I didn't really think was a good idea. But looking back, I guess if you do believe that Marcoon and Patrick are good enough to be long-term solutions for your team, like 4-year solution for your team, then bringing in Mickey increases your chances to make playoffs. If you increase your chances to make playoffs right now, you get them valuable experience. If you get them valuable experience, then maybe the 4-year window looks better. I can understand why they would do that. It's not like I think that they're insane for doing it. But if that's the case, do you really think that Nuke Duck is the best mid laner that you could have had? Personally, I don't think so. But I guess, again, I could see the argument for a stopgap mid laner, but that's just not how I would do it. I would embrace the variance and be like, oh, well, if we hit on a good mid laner, like if we, instead of playing Nuke Duck for the past 2 years, if we got somebody like Vetio, got lucky, then this team turns into a real title contender probably. And that's a difference of opinion that we might have, so that's fine. But that's all I've got for you in this video. I don't think that XL has a legitimate chance at making a run in playoffs. And I wouldn't consider winning 1 or 2 matches a run really either. Like, beating Vitality would be impressive to me. But if they beat Mad Lions or G2, not really as impressive to me. I know that the recent performances would make it seem like that's better. But talent-wise, I think XL is closer to Mad Lions and G2 than Vitality, because I believe Vitality is more talented than Mad Lions and G2. So, like I said, that's all I've got for you in this video. Thanks for watching. If you want to support the channel, check out thrivefantasy.com, promo code PIKEL. Like, comment, subscribe, share the videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.